Alright, what's up? Um, it's Tuesday, 3 o'clock. Yeah, fucking been a while, eh? A bit fucked up. Haven't spoken to anyone, but so is my mum, so it's alright. Bit of a warm up. Just went for a walk. Just covering my face because just for my viewers, like all three of you. Just because I know it's like fucking intimate staring at someone in the face through a screen, especially if you're a guy and you're looking at a guy. It's kind of strange. But also, this isn't what I look like. It's not what I'm like in person. You read a book, it's like you're taking out the information, and I'm just giving information. Know what I mean? Yeah. So the topic is seduction. Oh no, simulation of love. Sorry, simulation of love. I thought of a mad concept. I wrote it down. Especially if you're like a strong person, male or female. I'm a male, so I always say from a male perspective, like all your life, most men are fucking a bit inferior these days. Not gonna lie. If you're a strong man, boy, young kid, whatever, it doesn't matter. For all your life, all those other guys have tried to keep those every girl away from you. All their life, they've convinced them that, like, that's not, like, say you're good at something, and they try to, take the girl and focus her on something else. Like, look at my superannuation and shit. You know what I mean? Because they're fucking inferior, as I said. They're always trying to convince them, like, that's not important. Like, blah blah blah. Because how many men can have like strong traits? As well in the female too, because like females are way more fucking bitchy, I think. So I think that's why guys like confident, strong women. But only really cocky guys go for them. A good man is still humble, so they have a bit of a issue picking the high value person or whatever. So they've been fucked up too by men even, and girls that are fucking jealous and all that. Also, I thought if there's like a mismatch of value, because these men, they'll fucking they suck up to girls because they're fucking cocks, but like they give away their morals. Say just for example, say they grew up like fucking Muslim or something, and this girl likes to fucking drink and do drugs and shit, or eat fucking bacon. I don't know. No, a Muslim would do every single sin in the world and not eat pork, but good on him. No hate, just saying. You know what I mean? Like some Muslims like that, but like they'll sell themselves because of the girl. Like they worship the girl. Pussy just that good, eh? But if the girl did something wrong, and because like I think guys think girls are just like free, like they're very free minded or blah blah blah, like they don't need morals and all that. They're just themselves, like these types of men or whatever. Like say you meet like a really freaky girl or whatever, and then you reduce yourself to, like, you try to match her thing. But if she does something that's not part of a moral, like not a moral thing that most men would agree on, if other girls find out, they full attack them. You know what I mean? Because girls can get away with a lot of shit these days, obviously. Like, they don't get punished. It's not a crime, like, to cheat or anything, you know what I mean? Other girls will attack them in the right direction. So how the fuck did they know that? So there is a moral standard, bro. They just get away with it. If other girls find out, they know. They know. Because other girls have been around enough men to kind of centralize, like, you know. Yeah, because a girl analyzes a guy pretty quick, so they can actually break you down. And I think you meant to educate them as well on morals and stuff like that. I think that's why father is a father, you know. Anyway, back to what the topic was: simulation of love. We're just talking about girls, so I just start off with that. A lot of girls get into relationships with guys they know they won't really that aren't that great. And they I feel like you can't be that stupid to know this guy's gonna fuck you around. But I think they get into, the guy just wants to you know, have sex with them or whatever. And then when they do that, because when a girl has sex, she releases more oxytocin, which is like the love hormone. It's also like a heroin, like in heroin. Nah, it's also like a opioid, whatever, oxycontin. You know what I mean? The opioid receptors and shit. Anyway, so yeah, they release more, so they get more attached. So when they're having sex with a guy, they're actually simulating love, when it's not real, because it's not mutual. Like, a lot of guys have zero feelings, and she might be the only one they're trying to go for, whatever. So they have sex with them. I think that's why a lot of girls make it hard for you to have sex with them, because they know once you do, you have control over them. Yeah. But if you truly love a girl, that's not why I love them. But imagine how many of these situations they've been in, where they've slept with a guy and now they fall in love. Do you know what I mean? Because they chemically actually release more oxytocin, and it's not the right guy. And they got into the relationship knowing that, but now they're in love. But then say there's a good guy or whatever, they put them in their back pocket. But I don't think girls are logical enough, because if they find another guy that they sleep with, they're gonna fall in love with that guy, because they get emotion. They can't have sex without emotion, sort of thing. And now like, they're not thinking about the other guy. Now you just fucked them over, sort of thing. It happens all the time. I see it all the time. I'm like super, super patient. Because when I was young, I was like, why are people getting into relationships so young? Looking back, I should have dated girls, but I was like, why waste your childhood in that? Because it's good practice, but I reckon. I'm just a professional being single, bro. But I was like, I just want to at least go through one, like, actual relationship, just to experience it. But I think I've been single for so long, there's like things preventing me. Maybe it's my own defense mechanisms and shit, but it's not intentional. Anyway, with men, a lot of men don't have even one person in their messages. Like, no one, like, a lot of men are fucking lonely, but like, a lot of men have no one to talk to, whatever. So, simulating love, they use a lot of substances, which I think it is simulating. Say they have no one to hang out with. Say they're heartbroken. Say they haven't had sex in a long time. Because I think, like, it's like a 20. Is it like? There's like a high percentage of men that will never ever reproduce, and 99% of women reproduce. How crazy is that? Just think of that. Just think about that concept. Get into it another time. But like, so they're simulating, because a lot of men have no one to talk to, and a lot of men have not been able to express their emotions because no one gives a fuck. And they think, I think the world kind of wants men to be like psychopathic and shit to serve the government, to serve civilization. Like, work's more important, money's more important, especially in in Western societies and stuff. Because there's no real fabric that connects us. Money is communication, but with especially if you grow up in like hood or whatever, you understand how drugs can change people, because it's like food. It's hijacking your what you need to eat and stuff. Like, people, you see all the negative traits people do to get drugs and all that, and fuck their friends over and stuff. And then think about that with money, like greed and all that. Like, you see a lot of negative, see the fucking dark side of humanity. And people just accept it like it's normal. So then when I actually try to become friends, because I've been so free my whole life. Like, I got to a point where money, I thought it was, I'm like, fuck this, I don't want this to control my life. Let me make as much as possible. That's what I thought. But when they meet me, they kind of have I know I'm doing everything right, so I know it's on their behalf, but they kind of, it's a bit shocking because they've had to deal with, they think it's normal to be a fucking, to do all these evil traits and negative traits that other people do. If people are in a workplace, it's not their real self. They're putting on their work persona, like another personality. But I'm just myself everywhere. Anyway, for example, let's just take some drugs into example. So weed, I guess, if you're bored, it also takes you into that spiritual realm, a peaceful realm, and helps you with sleep. Helps you with sleep. What else helps you with sleep? A partner. True? Like laying with someone. Heroin, codeine, what else is there? Tramadol, painkillers, opioids, opiates, all that shit. That just goes in itself. It's a opioid. It works on your opioid receptors. So that's the love hormone, and also the reduces pain. I think that's why people take it. My heart's good, but I have a lot of love in my mind and shit. So I don't think it's never appealed to me that I've never tried those really opioids or whatever. Endone, I remember done Endone. I feel like shit. Prefer weed. Anyway, then you get to cocaine, amphetamines. Cocaine kind of works on your heart, gives you that warm feeling. Warmth. What does that imply? And also it's kind of like a arousal, like a aphrodisiac a bit. So sexual, working on your sexual thing. I think that's why if you do cocaine with a partner, you don't get a bad come down, because it can kind of be like a significant, if it's your significant other. I remember Dr. Carl Hart said this, but it's true, because if you're alone, that's when you actually see the negative sides of the negative side effects, if it's not done in a social setting. So a lot of men don't really social. I guess I'm just assuming most females have their social, but a lot of men don't socialize. So That's why these drugs are more in use, like to simulate those feelings. I think that's why if you do drugs alone, you see the negative side effect, especially cocaine. The come down is fucking horrible. But if you do it with a girl, say you're a guy, and you're like cuddling after or whatever, and you just feel it kind of regulates all those neurochemicals in your body, because she's kind of like giving you the oxytocin, the fucking endorphins. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like balance. Ecstasy is like euphoria. I think that's more stimulating. Like, you know when like you go to a party and the energy's mad. Say it's like on the weekend or whatever, after a day, like stressful day, stressful week, and it feels hectic because you're around other people. That's called the empathogens or whatever. So I guess that's like mushrooms and ecstasy. Alcohol is too. Like, you know, when people drink alcohol, they start to become alright with other people, and they open up to other people. I don't think I need alcohol to do that. I've got to a point where I don't. I think if you just do mushrooms in your life, kind of just fixes that. Yeah, like that social anxiety and all that. Yeah, social anxiety as well, that's one. Yeah. Alcohol kind of makes you warmer. Yeah, a lot of them raise your heart rate. It's an empathogen. Makes you comfortable around other people. Yeah. Yeah, like this. Yeah. So if you have again, always speaking from male's perspective, but like it's just good. It's just easier. It's more transparent. You can see the dick. You know what I mean? Comes out. You can see it inside a girl. You know what I mean? We're more more transparent. You can see everything. Just kidding. Serotonin is like contentness, so it makes you content. So say you have sex with a girl, it's to get that serotonin, to make you feel like everything's okay. But I'm going on like 3 years without fucking everything's not okay. Celibacy, eh? No. Stay hungry, eh? Got a whole world to conquer. No. So it makes you feel like everything's content. The dopamine as well. The dopamine response. So yeah. Simulating. But I could probably make another talk about this, so more in depth. Just haven't been speaking to anyone or whatever, so my mind's a bit clogged up and shit. I like overthinking about shit that doesn't actually matter. Another reason why people take even microdosing mushrooms, you don't need to take a big amount. It actually, there's something called the default mode network in your brain, which is like the background chatter. So even just pretty much all drugs, like I think that's what people take. I think also it's not the placebo, but like you know when like you take something over time, you get used to it, and you start. Say the first time you smoked a cigarette, or the first time you done cocaine, like it was a different experience to later down the track, because now you're trying to focus on your energy centers. Like, what are you trying to fix? Like, what are you trying to focus on? Like, why are you using this substance? Because there is a spiritual aspect to it. So like you're trying to focus it on, like, you know, using it for different reasons. I think that's why when people use one substance, become hooked on it, it starts to become downfall. Like ice heads and shit that I've met. They're like, oh yeah, opens your third eye, like girl crackheads and stuff. Like a lot of female ice heads and shit. Oh yeah, opens up my third eye. I'm like, Need to get out of here, bro, ASAP. She's like, yeah, I pray over my crack. They call crack in fucking New Zealand, Australia. It's actually ice. It's not fucking crack. Crack is crack cocaine. But use a crack pipe. I think that's where it came from. Anyway, but like she's like, yeah, pray over my crack before I smoke it. How funny is that? Yeah, simulating love, like so I saw this in jail a lot, like a lot of men gripping together because like they're filling in those gaps in themselves and those insecurities. So they try to find it from their mates, and they do stupid shit for their mates, like irrational shit, like try to attack you and shit like that, to show that they love their mate or whatever. But it's really it's an insecurity. You know what I mean? It's just because you can't get pussy, bro. You're simulating it. Alright, that's enough for today. But yeah, have a good Tuesday, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, I finally like had my first in real life person come up to me and say like, seen him at the beach. He was like, oh yeah, like I listened to what you said. It's like that was like he really learnt and listened and took it in and repeated like what I said and stuff. So he actually took it in. Some good advice or whatever. Yeah, self-therapy, yeah. Shays, have a crack, you dog. You fucking have a crack, bro. Laters.